This is your friendly reminder. Trim your candle wicks regularly so you don't light your house on fire. Hey kittens, it's Megan, and it is officially spooky season. Well, for most people anyways. My entire life is spooky season. The leaves are changing, the weather's getting colder, and it's time to set up the month of October in my bullet journal. Painting this cryptid took a lot longer than normal, mostly because I had no idea what the heck I was doing, so I took things really slow and built up the layers so the image had depth and dimension. The composition of this creature is kinda zany, but I find the overall effect pleasing. Descriptions of this cryptid are scarce, but research into local wildlife in Germany gave me a few ideas of what I could do. In the end, I came up with a wolf, lynx, deer, and fox hybrid. It may not be accurate, but I really enjoyed making this creature and I found it pretty challenging. Rumor has it that this month's cryptid may be indirectly responsible for the invention of a whole new genre of fiction. Back in 1814, 17-year-old Mary Wollstonecraft was traveling through Germany with her future husband, Percy Shelley. As they entered the area surrounding Castle Frankenstein, they began to hear stories of a magician who hunted down wild animals and stitched their body parts together before using a bolt of lightning to bring his creature to life. Legend says that the magician kept his creation in a cage for years before it went insane and escaped, killing the magician in the process. Alone and isolated as the only one of its kind, the creature retreated to the woods surrounding the castle. Further tales say that when it got lonely, the monster would lure children back to its den. The remains of these missing children were never found, and many people thought the monster ate them, bones and all. With no concrete details to go on regarding this creature except hearsay, no one knows if this cryptid is still alive. What we do know is that this tale shares a lot of similarities with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which begs the question, what truly makes a monster? Every time I pick up the paintbrush, I learn something new. The main thing that I love about this art form is how forgiving it is. Layer upon layer of paint can build up an image, and a little water can help soften things or even erase potential mistakes. In total, painting the image took me over 2.5 hours, not including drying time. The font I chose to use this month was found on dafont.com, and the link can be found in the description below, as well as a list of all of the supplies I used in this video. Moving on to the calendar page, I decided to give myself as much space as possible in the boxes to write out everything that's going on this month. Each box on the calendar is 6 by 6 squares, giving me just enough space at the top of the page to put my color coding key for all of the events I'm adding, as well as spaces at the bottom for social media. As usual, I like to include a space for my YouTube growth tracker, but I'm also in the process of starting a book talk account over on TikTok. I'm working on getting everything set up, so I don't have an exact start date, but I will keep you all posted. Having a pencil guide for this page is really helpful, and I finally managed not to screw up the monthly calendar. That isn't to say that I didn't make mistakes elsewhere though. Following my calendar is my moon phase spread, and I decided to use a title from one of my favorite songs of all time, Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival, as the header. This page is used for my monthly goal setting, and as the month progresses through the phases of the moon, I'm going to be adding more to this page. This page is also where I screwed up. The first phase of the month is the new moon, so I had to go in and use the white gel pen to fix the mistake, but once it was dry, I added the correct moon phase and you can barely see it. The next two pages are my habit and moon tracker. I really love the format from last month, so I decided to keep it up. I am shuffling around the actual habits I'm tracking, so I left those fields blank at the time of filming, but I did come to settle on the habits I'm going to be tracking, which are making my bed, taking my meds, reading, writing, social media, scooping Binks's litter box, meal prepping, daily tidying, and no spending. The mood and sleep tracker is the same, mostly because it's an easy to read graph, and I really like filling it in every morning for the day before. The next two pages are placeholders. The first page is a spot for Preptober. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's how a lot of writers spend the month of October in preparation for November, which is National Novel Writing Month. I wanted a space to brainstorm, as well as a place to come up with a list of things that I want to do in order to prepare for the crazy challenge ahead. The second page is a brain dump page for content creation for both YouTube and TikTok. Both pages are pretty empty, but I can't wait to fill them up with all of the ideas I've been having. That's it for this month's planning video, and I hope you all really liked it. I really love the cryptid I chose this month because it supposedly inspired one of my literary heroes, and I need all of the inspiration I can get going into National Novel Writing Month season. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to my channel. I will see you all in my next one, and thank you all for watching.